My name is Steve Smith, the editor of PHC News Magazine. Welcome back to our AHR Live interviews, our series of interviews that we're doing live at our booth here at AHR in Atlanta today and tomorrow. My next guest is Courtney Obregon. She's the general manager for Wavin North America. Now, Wavin, Courtney, is a pretty new name to me prior to hearing about it from Nora DePalma. So tell us a little bit more, who is Wavin, what is Wavin?
Yeah, well, Wavin is a global water technology management company, and believe it or not, it's been around for more than 60 years, all over the world, more than 80 countries. We manufacture in more than 50, and we are all about bringing solutions for water management to the markets that we're in to make the communities better, make the cities better, and make people have a better life.
Very good. So where are they based? Where did they start, I guess?
We were started originally in the Netherlands, and the gentleman who started the company worked at a water treatment facility, noticed his pipes were corroding, and he thought, well, let me give this new plastic stuff a try. This is in the 1950s, and turns out he liked it. So he created Wavin, which stands for water and vinyl.
Oh, okay.
And
so
ever since then...
it's probably pronounced Wavin, right?
That is how it's pronounced.
And that stands for...
Water and vinyl.
Water and vinyl, okay.
Yeah, and ever since then, Wavin has been innovating on new fittings, new kinds of pipes, new connectors, new tools, now going into digital, and has taken it from that, very simple start of fixing a problem to now fixing the problems we have today.
So it's safe to say very common in Europe and maybe
and
Asia,
Latin America, yeah.
Since the 50s.
Europe, definitely from the 50s. Latin America is actually based on a brand called Amanco and Pavco that we brought together a few years ago, and has also had a similarly long history.
Okay. And in North America, it's based in Boston, I think you said. Yeah.
That's right. Our parent company is Orbia, and they are a Mexican stock-listed company, and we have our U.S. North America headquarters out of Boston.
Very good. And you were saying you were almost employee number 2, or our employee number 2, or what?
I was, yes, almost a year ago. I saw this great opportunity of a company that has tremendous products, great innovations, and for various historical reasons have never come to North America.
Yes.
They've been busy doing stuff elsewhere. Now is the time.
Good.
So here we are, and I am extremely excited about the challenge.
It's the first time you've been at AHR.
Correct.
And so what are you exhibiting at your booth?
So we came mainly for our PP-RCT product, which we're launching into North America market as we speak.
Okay.
And this is, it's an important product for Wavin because we've been in other older versions of the product before, like some of the other members of the industry. But now we're bringing a new type of product. So our inner layer has a unique material, which is basalt. It comes from a volcano.
Basalt.
A basalt fiber. And this fiber is environmental. It comes from the earth. And what it does is the fibers allow the pipe to stabilize. So if it doesn't expand and contract and destabilize the pipe, resulting in leaks.
Okay. And so that, I'm familiar with a couple of manufacturers, your friendly competitors that make the same pipe, but this is
a unique.
Here apart, the basalt fibers.
Yeah. Yes, it is. And we think it does actually have good performance, solid performance. PP-RCT is expanding into the HVAC uses, industrial uses, and we've seen great performance in the rest of the world with it.
And that pipe is obviously on display at
It is, yes.
Okay. Is
Come
there
see
a
us
cutaway or something? You can see the middle, the middle layer is the big thing.
Yeah, absolutely. We have the middle layer. You can see it. You can see the performance statistics about it, our certifications. We're in Hall C, exhibit Hall C. Come and see us.
And basalt fibers, you said, come from volcanic materials.
That's right. Yeah, so it's a strong, solid of the earth kind of material.
Interesting. And you also have a BIM integration, I guess?
We do, yep. Let's see, almost more than 5 years ago, Wavin started on the BIM, let's say, journey, because it is a journey, continuing build. So we have a BIM Revit tool that we use around the world and will help in North America as well.
Right.
Because it is challenging, right, to get all the pipes laid out with all the specifications and which you need, and it's just it's a simple solution, and why not? If you have it, this is something that can really help make your life easier.
It just makes the specifiers and the engineers and the contractor installers lives easier.
Yeah.
It's one thing to sell the pipe, it's another thing to say, well, here's how
design
it all puts together.
Yes, exactly.
Good, okay. And now, you also mentioned before we started, there was a relatively new acquisition that you made of Bow. So what is special about Bow?
So Bow actually has a similar history to Wavin. It has been a company that is more than 60 years old, founded originally in New Hampshire, now across the border in Canada. And they make high quality pipes and fittings for both hot and cold as well as the drain waste vent markets.
Okay.
So we partnered up with them to start growing our business.
Okay. So Wavin is known for the PPRCT. I can never get that.
PPRCT.
I always have to look at that.
And
name.
I won't tell you what it stands for because it's a very chemical terminology.
I actually think I know, but I'm not going to guess. And bow is bow. Makes PEX, CBPs,
correct.
Other plastic
and
pipe.
ABS, yeah.
Everything else.
Right.
Every other plastic.
So Wavin makes the whole range of products around the world.
Right.
So they make PVC, they make polypropylene, they use polyethylene, they use PERT, they use PEX. So Wavin is a full-scale production company.
Okay.
And in North America, we're starting with the acquisition here and those product lines, but we're going to import what we can from around the world and then eventually look at what we need to have here locally.
So I want to take you back when we first started talking. Talk a lot about cities in relation to your products, and that's a little unusual way for me, at least, to hear you talk about it as a manufacturer. What do you mean by all that? What is
well, I think it comes from who we're owned by, a family company that is really investing in their future generations, but also the company's future generations, and solving challenges that society has with water right now is something very close to our heart because we have the products to do it. So when you look at cities around the world, climate change is impacting them tremendously. It could be too little water or it could be too much water. And in both cases, it's equally detrimental. And the products that we have around the stormwater management and digital services to connect cities. So for instance, we have blue-green roofs. Blue-green roof can be a water retention on top of buildings. It's an untapped potential for a city like New York. And also when you look at the infrastructure in the US, right now the US government is putting a lot of money into rehabbing our water infrastructure.
Yeah.
And like Philadelphia, where I'm from,
Right.
has the oldest water system in the country, which is fantastic for when they invented it back a couple hundred years ago, but today it really needs to be rehabbed because we're losing 50% of the water from source to tap.
Okay.
So that needs to be upgraded, and we have products that can also come in that are safe, cheaper, and reliable to last the next 100 years.
Okay, so you're really taking more of a holistic approach, I guess it's safe to say. That's a good word.
Right. We want to create the system
Yeah.
by which our cities and communities can manage water.
Right.
So whether it's into your house or your building, having a clean water, and eventually we want also recycled water to be able to come in. Today this is a gray area.
Yeah.
You know, not a
That's a
pun
bad
on
pun.
pension. I know. I'm not a comedian for a reason.
It's a good pun.
No. But anything from that to how the city manages flooding or excessive rainfall, or how do you hold water longer so you can keep your city green. And did you know one other thing? Blue-green roofs actually can lower the temperature of the surrounding area by up to 1 degree. So you take a hot city, especially in the south, where it has a lot of concrete, you put a blue-green roof on a couple of your buildings, and all of a sudden you can start to create a better environment for not just the building, energy usage, but also the humans that live there.
Yeah, very interesting. So I got to stop by your booth because again, it's one thing for obviously you sell pipe,
We do.
but you sell systems, I guess, on top of that, and
Correct.
you have a vision of this kind of connected world that we live in.
That's right.
And everyone thinks about my smart home, but you've got smart pipes
Yep.
carrying wastewater.
That can be connected to smart cities.
Yes.
And imagine when you start putting sensors
Yeah.
in your city water pipes,
right.
and it can tell you, well, it can tell you about leaks, but it can also tell you when a flood's coming.
About
A flood, like if you have a massive rain event, and you can see where that water's starting to come.
okay.
A lot of cities in the U.S. combine their sewer pipes,
Yeah.
and which creates a
Chicago,
very bad
yeah.
mix when you have too
Right.
much water all
a
at
lot
once.
of rain, a lot of runoff.
Yeah.
It doesn't end. It can't. It's not supposed to.
Right. It was not it was not designed for that
No.
climate change that we're now seeing today. So hopefully we can help prevent some of that.
And anything I've read, with the pandemic, there's been a lot of analysis of wastewater for SARS-CoV presence and
That's right.
predicting. Is that also part of your offerings, or?
Yep. Today it's not, but I think once you get a sensor you can start putting different things in the sensor.
Right. Right. If you're sensing the water for leaks or flooding.
Right.
Why
You're
not?
sensing the flow. Why can't you also sense it for bacterial?
Okay.
Right.
That's interesting. So you're here at you have a booth
We are.
and you have a website.
We do. Wavin.us.
So that's
We just went live on LinkedIn, on Instagram. We're now official.
okay. So Wavin is spelled WAVIN.US.
That's right.
Nice Wavin.
Wavin.
Water and vinyl.
There you go. And
So-
we're having a pizza and pipes display this afternoon at 2 o'clock.
Pizza and pipes.
Pizza and pipes. Come on by.
At one time.
2 o'clock.
Okay. So it's getting close to lunch, or maybe it's past lunch. Pizza and pipes. So the pizza isn't the pipe. I mean, you're going to tell me more about this?
There's going to be real pizza from Veruni, which is a great Italian pizza shop in
right.
Atlanta.
All right.
And the chef's coming today to do pizza and pipes at our booth. Tomorrow he'll be on the Food Network. So, we got him today.
2 o'clock today.
2 o'clock.
Very good.
Come by and see us.
All right. Well, that's a good thing to look forward to.
Yes.
But what else are you doing that readers of our books could look forward to from Wavin in the year ahead?
This is an exciting year. I mean, this is our first step into North America market with a legacy of strong, innovative products, digital solutions, connectivity, and like you said, a vision for how we can make this world a better place. So hold on, because it's coming.
Very good. Well, thank you for coming.
It was great to meet you, Steve.
Great meeting you. It's a very exciting thing to hear about not just pipes, but systems and climate change and really living in the world that exists, not
That's right.
not what we would like to think. Okay, well, that's very good. Very good. Very
Great.
exciting.
Well,
Good to
thank you
hear.
for having me.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
You're welcome.